the aftermath of the meeting, Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost taking a closer look at the timeline of Abrego Garcia's deportation and what we know about his background.
There are a lot of dates and information about Kilmar Abrego Garcia. We've uncovered several pieces to the puzzle. Here's the timeline that we know of right now. Abrego Garcia, a Salvadorian national, entered the United States illegally. Court documents say he only ever lived in Maryland. In 2016, he met Jennifer Vasquez-Sura. The two moved in together in 2018. Vasquez-Sura was pregnant with Abrego Garcia's child. In August of that same year, a man who says he's the father of Vasquez-Sura's two youngest children asked a court for an emergency custody hearing, claiming the children were in serious danger because Vasquez-Sura, the mother of the kids, is dating a gang member. The court documents don't name who that gang member is. The concern was dropped due to jurisdiction issues. On March 28, 2019, Abrego Garcia was arrested in a Hyattsville Home Depot parking lot with 3 other people. Police questioned him about any connections to the infamous MS-13 gang. The gang unit in this field interview form says the Chicago Bulls hat and hoodie Abrego Garcia was wearing represents that they are a member in good standing with MS-13, and a reliable source of information said Abrego Garcia is in fact a member of the Westerns clique, even pointing to a rank and a nickname. One of the men who was also arrested had a previous conviction for gang participation and is to be a known member of MS-13, according to the gang form. Another man, also believed to be an MS-13 member, the form indicated. Abrego Garcia was not charged with a crime, but ICE did detain him. Abrego Garcia had his first immigration hearing on April 24, 2019. ICE opposed his release, pointing to that gang form as verification of his MS-13 relation. That same month, one of the officers from Prince George's County Police who helped fill out that gang form was suspended in connection to an unrelated incident. That officer later pled guilty to misconduct in office and was fired in December 2022. June 25, 2019, Abrego Garcia is still detained, but he married Vasquez-Sura. And on August 11th, she gave birth. An immigration judge granted a withholding of removal for Abrego Garcia on October 10, 2019, saying there were gangs in El Salvador that would persecute him if he returned. The judge released him with a work permit. Jump to May 2021. Vasquez-Sura filed this protective order alleging Abrego Garcia hit her multiple times. She dropped the order and now says they were able to work through the situation privately as a family. We have new information to help fill out this timeline. On December 1st, 2022, Abrego Garcia was pulled over by the Tennessee Highway Patrol for speeding and failing to maintain his lane. According to this report just published by the Department of Homeland Security, Abrego Garcia was suspected of being involved in human trafficking because there were 8 other people in the vehicle and they all gave the same address. According to the report, there was no luggage in the car, and Abrego Garcia told officers he was coming from Houston and going to Maryland. Abrego Garcia was not issued a citation for any traffic violations. Instead, he was only given a warning citation for an expired driver's license. Then the timeline jumps to March of 2025, when Abrego Garcia was again pulled over in Maryland, this time detained by ICE. March 15, 2025 is the last time Vasquez-Sura heard from Abrego Garcia, and he was then confirmed to be in the Salvadorian Supermax prison known as CCOT. March 31st, the Trump administration admits that deporting Abrego Garcia was done in administrative error. On April 4th, a federal judge ordered the Trump administration to return the man to the United States by April 7th. That doesn't happen, and the U.S. Department of Justice appeals to the U.S. Supreme Court. In a unanimous order on April 10th, the Supreme Court justices tell the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return. A few days later, during an Oval Office meeting, the Salvadorian president tells the world he's not going to help.
I don't have the power to return him to the United States.
U.S. Senator Chris Van Hollen from Maryland then boarding a plane on April 16th to El Salvador.
We are not going to stop fighting for his return until he is actually released.
Once he's in Central America, Senator Van Hollen says he's denied access to the prison. Then, late April 17th, when Senator Chris Van Hollen posted this photo to social media showing him meeting with Kilmar Abrego Garcia. But then the president of El Salvador also posted, saying that the man would be staying in the Central American country. Meanwhile, we know that this case has captured the nation's attention and is at the center of the immigration debate. But there's also concerns about due process. And President Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, he's not backing down.
Look, again, I'm not litigating this case to the DOJ. I think DOJ is continuing to litigate the case, but I think we're in a good stance. I think we're in a good place. Again, I'm not an attorney. I can just speak to my experience as a guy who enforces immigration law, but I think that DOJ has a strong case, and I think we're standing by what we did was the correct thing to do.
Where the timeline for Kilmar Abrego Garcia goes from here isn't clear, but we'll continue to follow this as it develops. Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News. Hey, I'm Mackenzie Frost. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Check out Fox Baltimore on all of our social media pages for more videos just like this.